Hi everyone, welcome to my new sewing space. Earlier this week we moved my son upstairs and my sewing room came downstairs. Does the cameraman, aka my son, want to reveal himself?
Hi.
He's a great cameraman and he works for cheap. Anyhow, I thought it might be fun to talk about some of the ways I organize things, and I can also please use your input on a few areas. So this is my cabbage collection. It's a really great cabbage collection. Some of the fabrics go back to the 1920s and 30s, so I can't just toss it. I'm not sure if there's a better way. I also like to rescue antique lace, so I've come up with the system of wrapping it around cards and repurposing wooden spools and even toilet tissue empty containers. So this is my grandmother's collection of vintage and antique pin cushion toppers, so I thought that they were kind of appropriate to display. Lace collars, and I love working with vintage seam binding and rickrack, so I have them somewhat color coordinated just in simple glass jars. If I don't have it within sight, I kind of forget what I have. Two works in progress that I'm doing are for my daughter. This is a dress. I was pretty proud of my pattern matching on this one. I just have to attach the buttons on it, and this is a skirt that needs to be hemmed. Pattern matching not so great on this one. The A-line skirt kind of askewed. It matches at the top, but as it moves down, but she still loves it and wears it. Of course, you may have seen that my sewing sidekick is thrilled with her new space. She kind of hangs out and watches everybody. She's never far from my side. This is the ironing area. I grouped my hands and my little sleeve and any distilled water or sprays I might need. One of the machines is my daughter's and one is mine. And I like to have all of my scissors and other tools close by. This is another garment I'm working on. The envelope of the pattern is, as you can see, kind of falling apart, but it's the loveliest scalloped blouse, and I stuck with the blue that they had done, and I'm really hoping it'll turn out. Sleeves are done, they just have to be attached. All right, so this is a little bit of hoarders in here. I get 95% of my fabrics at thrift stores and estate sales, and it's a combination of sustainability. If I can reuse something vintage, which in my opinion it's generally better made, save it from the landfill, that's great, but also it's a cost issue. This was some beautiful wool that I recently got in an estate sale. I always go on the third day when everything's half off. So 5.5 yards of beautifully draped wool, and I got it for a little over $5. So that's $1 a yard for beautiful wool. Even I find silks. This is a gorgeous linen, and there's like 20 yards of that, so I'm really excited about that. Some cotton velvet, that was 4 yards. A lot of cottons. That's probably my favorite material to work with. That's all Edwardian lace because I'm gearing up for the 2020 100th anniversary of the women's right to vote. these are some of my patterns. More wool scraps. I keep my button collection in tins. This holds buttons and ribbons. So, but I really could use your help because for whatever reason, patterns from the Big Four, once I open them, I can't ever get them back into the envelopes. So I've been sort of putting them in plastic bags, which is not the best solution. I'd love to hear what you do with your pattern storage. So help me out. And in the spirit of the holiday season, oh, we have a visitor from FedEx. Go alert the media. In the spirit of the holiday season and keeping it real, I just wanted to thank all of my wonderful readers and friends. She's persistent. Gracie! Sorry. Anyways, so some of you might be celebrating Hanukkah. Some of you might be celebrating Christmas. I think those are the 2 holidays that are up this next week. And I wanted to share some of my favorite vintage fabric finds. So this is a little over 3¼ yards of vintage, I think it's 80s cotton. Great. This is 1960s cotton. Both just have a really great feel. But I thought the colors were appropriate for the holidays, as well as a choice for perhaps masculine or feminine individuals that are visiting. So just leave me a comment down below. And yes, it is absolutely open to everyone. I lived over in Europe for 4 years, and it is wonderful that the internet just is able to bring us all together. So Merry Christmas, Frohe Weihnachten, Kronia Pala, Joyeux Noël, whatever you celebrate. Thank you so much for being a wonderful friend.